Hello, today we're going to talk about the books I read in September. So, that started with a trilogy that I vlogged reading, and it was like The Reapers of the Grimm Brotherhood by Cale Carpenter and Meg Ann. And these books were like not super serious, like don't take them seriously. So I mean, they're like, I guess they're fantasy romance, like, or paranormal romance specifically, because there are reapers and there's supernatural creatures. Her friend is like a succubus. She finds out in the first book she's a reaper, and it goes from there. Or, you know, I don't want to spoil the first book, but anyways, so that series, you can't take it seriously because she says stuff like you douche canoe and blah. I listened to the audiobook and she has like a country accent, which just made it that much funnier to me, honestly. But it was like a fun read, but not like one that's gonna make like the top of the best shit I ever read. So that series, let's see, for the first one was Reaper's Blood, I gave that one 3 stars. And then the second book, Reaping Havoc, I gave that one 3.25 stars. And then Reaper Reborn, I gave 3.75 stars. But yeah, if you want a little bit more information, I don't think I was able to give too much more because otherwise it kind of spoils it. But yeah, if you just want like fun story that's sometimes kind of serious but really overall not, then it was good for that. So I needed like a brain break, and it was like the stuff I like but without the serious gotta listen real hard part. So anyways, it was enjoyable. So, and then after that I finished, where did I put this book at? I finished reading Fire Endless, and this one I listened to the audiobook with it. So good, like the audiobook for both of them, because this is a duology, right? It's the Elements of Cadence duology by Rebecca Ross, and so it was good. Like the audiobooks are really good. I do recommend listening to those like alongside it, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to understand some of what they're saying, because the accent can be a little heavy in places. So if it's not an accent that you're like a little bit more used to, it can be kind of difficult. So I read along with this, and it was so good to read, like do the like tandem, what are we calling it, immersion reading with the books with the audiobook. Definitely the best way to read it. But I gave this 5 stars. Like it was so good. It was so good. And like there are so many parts that like if you're a crier, you're gonna cry. You're gonna cry a lot. And like so the premise, at least for the first one, is like there's a bard and he's like living on the mainland, but then stuff like girls are going missing and in the first one, at least, there was like girls going missing, right? And so they needed help to figure it out, so he got summoned back to the island. So it's like the island of Cadence, and it's divided into clans, so like Scottish clans, and like they are at each other's throats. But basically the duology follows the story of them finding out more about their island, the spirits of the island. Like it's very like if you've watched Outlander, it's not like Outlander though, but it, like the setup is kind of like a similar setting. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a similar setting. So if you like imagine Outlander without all the cringe, then that's what this is. This is way better than Outlander. It's way less nasty. But anyway, so yeah, this was such a good series, or duology. But the stuff that happens in it, like with the families and then with the spirits, and like one guy gets sucked into the spirit realm, and like he's like, I could be gone forever, I might not like see what's happening with my kids stuff. So anyway, but anyways, it's like multiple people are trying to like figure out how to break the curse. The second one is more like they're trying to break the blight that's over the town. I need to take my cookies, hold on. So anyways, in the second one, this one, Fire Endless, they are trying to cure the blight that is affecting the whole island. And so this follows trying to solve that, because the first book was more about like the missing girls, and so then this is more about the blight. So the island has a lot of issues, but you know, they have to resolve it together. So it's really good. I liked it a lot, and that's why I bought this version. But yeah, it's really pretty. I got this from Waterstones, I think. I got the Waterstones copies because I like having the words kind of mixed in. I like this edition. Anyways, so that one was that. Then, okay. And then I finished listening to the audiobook of Empire of the Vampire, which I had to get this audiobook like 3 different times because it's so long. It's so long. Like, I could not finish it in time before I had to turn in a couple times. So my experience is a little disjointed, and I feel like I should probably revisit it because there are definitely parts I missed. But overall, that one is about a guy who's like a half-blood vampire. He's not full vampire, but they call him pale bloods or whatever, and so they think that he like doesn't have like special abilities, because even the pale bloods have the abilities, but I think they're like able to control their bloodlust a little bit more, is my understanding. But anyways, he like joins, I think they're called the Silver Blood Saints, which is an organization that's like to kill the full-blooded vampires. So he joins them, and it's about that, and it's like parts of it are like really intense, and he's supposed to like be married to God, kind of like a nun, I guess, but he like gets with a nun, because it's not really spoiler, because at the beginning they kind of tell you that he has like a daughter, and he talks about his like what he's like talking from jail about all the stuff that he did, because yeah, he totally broke the rules. But this dude, Gabriel, I think his name, is a douchebag. Like, there's no other way to say it. I mean, but like in a way that's not, I don't know how to explain it. Like, he's a douche. Like, he is not. He is fucking around, but he says some ridiculous ass shit, and it's amusing. It's funny. So it was all right by me, but I still need to listen to the second one. And yeah, I don't know. I gave it 3.75 because some parts just seemed maybe a little bit overkill on some of the stuff. Like, did you need to do all this basically kind of like torture stuff for part of their training? It's kind of like, how does that help you? I don't understand. But anyway, so there's like a lot of training montages basically, which is probably why I was paying attention. Can you stop eating my makeup? There's a girl who wants to bite everything. Amity, don't do it. Always making an appearance. Anyways, then the next book I read was, Amity, did you want to help me tell the story? Huh? You want to help me tell the story, Amethyst? This girl. So then, I also vlogged reading this one, Grandmaster Demonic Cultivation, but the comic, or the manual, really, whatever. So this one, the plot that I thought was going to be the plot the whole way through ended in like the first half of this, so I'm waiting to see what's going to continue happening. But so far it was a little bit dark, but then I feel like it's kind of turning into like an episodic, like little fight here, a little fight there. You find out a little bit here and there of like an overall thread going through it, but so far it's like there's like zombies, kind of. There's like varying levels of zombies and stuff like that, so it's all like I mean, you know, true to the name, one guy's taking over another guy's body because he cultivated his spirit or whatever, and to take over in order to get vengeance. Except now, I don't know that he can get his body back. I don't know if that's gonna happen. But anyways, so the dude that was supposed to be big bad, but it turns out he's not really that bad, I don't think. Took over his body, and so now he's just roaming around in his body. That's the gist that I got. But I mean, it's a comic, so there's probably details that it's harder to explain this way. So anyways, I have the second one. I'll be continuing, but I have no idea what the plot is anymore. So this, I gave it 3.5. It's still entertaining. Let's see. And then I finished another book that I had been kind of split up from the month before. I finished Hunt on Dark Waters. I also listened to the audiobook of this because otherwise I wouldn't have known how to say some of this stuff. Like the Kuna Noon, I would have never guessed that's how you say it if it wasn't for the audiobook. So anyways, yeah, I listened to the audiobook and did the immersion reading with this too. I mean, like, look at that cover. So anyways, this one we have Evelyn, and she's a witch, and she was messing around with this vampire lady. And the vampire lady kind of was like, oh, my mom's here, you gotta leave. And so she leaves. She's like, okay, bye forever. Except on the way out, she has sticky fingers, so she steals her shit. She steals some of her jewels and stuff, and then she goes through a portal, and then she ends up in Threshold with the Kuna Noon, which is like hunters on pirate ships. So she gets saved by them, and then so basically it's her love story with the captain of one of those ships. And so the vampire does make a reappearance. She does find her, but I don't know if that's really a spoiler, but because the next book I think is supposed to be with the vampire girl, the vampire lady, and somebody else. I don't know who the other one is, but yeah, I kind of liked it. I kind of liked it, kind of didn't like it. It's like it was like alright. I don't know, like, I mean, if you know, I think it's the first Kate Robert book I've actually read, but you know, she likes to write erotica, and so there was a little bit of that. Yeah. You'll definitely, you could get some sex in this. I don't think they were even in the pirate ship anymore. But yeah, so basically she busts in there and is like, why are you doing this, why are you doing that, and the dude's like insta whipped, I guess. Just like, okay lady, if that's like rethinking his whole life suddenly because she busted in and told him like, what the hell. And he's like, you know, I never thought about it. And basically he starts rethinking his whole existence. So anyways, nothing like a witch showing up to give you the existential dread, apparently. I don't know. So anyways, that's their romance. And then I gave that one 3.5. Okay, and then I listened to Lady Macbeth, which I have my physical copy now. I had pre-ordered from, yeah, Fairy Loot. Isn't it pretty? I mean, you know, I still like the other version with the hot pink. I had pre-ordered it. I might still get that copy, honestly, because I'm here for the hot pink, but like this one is pretty too. But anyways, I didn't have the physical copy when I read this. Like, the audiobook came in and I was like, I can't wait because otherwise it's gonna be several months wait, and I didn't want to do that. So I listened to the audiobook of this and I liked it. Like, I mean, like, yeah, you could see in the vlog my reactions as I'm going, but like she could, okay, so she, Lady Macbeth here, she looks a man in the eyes, like deep into his eyes, she can like kill him. Basically, like, they don't survive. And yeah, so she has like these spooky eye powers, and so she thinks she's hot shit, basically. Kind of, it's just kind of from the oversight in ways, you know, back in the days how they be doing it. So she thinks she's hot shit, she finds out she's not hot shit, and then she remembers that, but I am hot shit. And so it kind of comes full circle in this book. So I like that. I like the whole like oh wait, I ain't special, oh wait, but I am though. So I liked that and I gave it 4 stars. There was just shenanigans. She did shenanigans. Anyways, After that, I finished listening to Dial A for Aunties, and I thought this book was so drawn out for like no good reason, really, because it's like, how many times are you gonna move this man's body? Okay, Dial A for Aunties, they this girl accidentally kills this dude that she was on a date with, on like a blind date, and it's just all, it's a bunch of craziness. And then like she brings her family in on it because she needs help and she's freaking out, and the way it gets resolved is crazy. It's crazy, and the only reason it even gets resolved because the police are bad. The police are so bad. But anyway, they're working on a wedding. The whole family's like a wedding, they're wedding planners, and they do all the wedding stuff together. And in the course of all of that, they're trying to like hide a body of the man that she killed, and just like, unalived of a man she accidentally unalived. But the main character is so annoying, Mehdi. I was like, Mehdi? And I'm like, bro, Mehdi is fucking annoying. So I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna be continuing that series because it was just ridiculous. It's family arguing, which I got my own family for that. And then she's just so like, oh my god, like, girl, shut up. Grow a backbone and shut up. I don't like characters that don't have backbones. She does not have one. So many, like, if you don't like it, then fucking tell them you just need some space. Like, talk to your family. Just talk to your family. I mean, I get it on one level, but like, at the age that she is at in the book, which is like already past college and everything, I'm like, girl, you are old enough. All the rest of your family still left. What the hell? You can say that you are a grown-ass woman and you know, do grown-ass woman shit. She didn't want to though, but so much whining. There was just so much whining. So anyways, yeah, it was kind of annoying. I gave it 3 stars though, because I guess the actual story was kind of entertaining enough, I guess. But yeah, she's just, the main character is so annoying. I cannot read another book from her perspective. Can't do it. Anyway, after that, I listened to Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood, and I was not a fan of this one either. How do I explain what happened in this one? So these people, there's like a couple people that want to get together just to bang, except she says she doesn't want penetrative sex. What? But like, I don't know, the way this book was written, it was like Ali Hazelwood decided that she was gonna try to stick a little toe, just her little baby toe, into some Sierra Simone stuff, except she didn't commit to the bit, and it just like, people were trying to say this was erotica. No, it's not, boo-boo. It's not. It's not erotica. It follows the same formula as all her other books that I've read, except, you know, she's just a little bit more explicit with the sex. The guy just likes being in control, but like, that's not exactly a fetish. Not the way it's written. It's not like I said, it's like the tiniest little bit of like maybe something, but no, not really. So in a normal context, that would just be a guy being a douche. Like, this guy thinks he's gonna cure her with his magic dick, and they even make fun of it, but then it's hilarious because that's basically what happens. And he's like, oh, you just haven't had it good yet. I'm good. Like, okay, bro. Okay. And then the whole time his company's trying to like buy her company and get her tech or whatever. And I'm like, okay, so he just owns you every kind of way, basically, is what we're going with here. I was not impressed. Anyways, I gave that one 2.75 because magic dick. We're going all the way beyond. We're going all the way beyond fiction, trying to make it fantasy almost. Like, get out of here. No way. Anyways, so that was a no-go. Oh, I miss this please, baby. Oh my god, this child. This honey boo boo child. Settle down, Amethyst, please. Oh, I need to trim her nails. Oh. And then the next book that I finished was on my Kindle. I finally finished reading The Crown of Oaths and Curses. And I loved it in the end. Like, the beginning half was kind of slow. Second half, so good. Like, it picked the end was just like, but when the second half hit, I was so invested. Like, then I finished the book so fast. But like, the first half took me forever because it was so slow. It was so slow, and then everything came together in the end. It's just like so good. But this is supposed to be like a fantasy romance. There's definitely no romance, but it's because, you know, it's like enemies to lovers, so they're definitely enemies because they're literally fighting a whole war. Okay, so it's like in this book, there's the royals, the royal fae, upper fae, whatever people, fancy fae people, and then there's like the witches and the like lesser fae or whatever the fuck. And basically there's like one evil witch man that like took over all the witches and made them all crazy, and then that's his army. So now they're fighting against the witches, except this dude is like, well, now all witches are bad, and so now they're trying to, and so he finds out that his mate, because his fated mates, he finally meets his mate, the like prince, basically. Like, he's supposed to find his mate and then like save the kingdom and stop the war and all that stuff. But he finds out his mate is a witch, and so like, he's tripping balls the whole time, and so he is not nice to her. He's an asshole until the, like, basically the whole book. He's not nice to her at all. He's not nice. And he is like constantly assuming like, oh, like, he does the thing of like, oh, you're a witch, you must know every witch and you must be on their side just because like you know, like, she don't got a brain, she can't think for herself. That's, you're all the same. He's one of those. So there's a lot of that. But yeah, the beginning was very, she just like, well, I have to show up and do my fate, otherwise these like spooky monster things are gonna fall out of the sky and attack everyone and kill everyone, because she just fought in the war in the other side of the world doing that because she was trying to run away from it, because she was like, no, I can't go over there with this savage prince who's gonna like kill me and stuff. Like, she knew he wasn't gonna, like, they're literally fighting a war against each other. She knew it was gonna be some bullshit. It was. That was correct. So yeah, but I gave it 4.5. You get her perspective and his perspective. And his perspective, honestly, sometimes I got a little annoyed with him because I was like, bro, you're just gonna suspect her this whole time even though there's so much evidence to the contrary. Dude is just so paranoid. But I mean, I guess that comes with being in power. You have to question these things. So I kind of get his side. I can understand why he's paranoid, but at the same time, like, use some common sense. Like, the math ain't mathin', bro. The math ain't mathin'. Be a little less racist. That's basically what it comes down to. He racist, and, you know, she has her own prejudices against them, which hers felt a little more valid, to be honest. But anyways, yeah, I liked that book, and so I did pick up the second one, but I'm reading that one slower because it was so intense. Like, I needed a breather. So, but that one has begun. So anyways, I don't know when they're gonna release the third one for them, but I'm pretty hype. It's supposed to be a trilogy. I think I heard somebody saying it might get extended beyond that. Like, I don't know how. I don't know how, because I feel like things are gonna progress decently after how the first one ended. So we'll see. We'll just see what happens. But I'm really hyped for that. Then the last book that I read was another popular book. It was Funny Story by Emily Henry. And this one, it's like, okay, I've only read like, what, maybe 2 other Emily Henry books right now so far, and it does seem to follow the trend of damaged dude with girl with daddy issues get together. So that's her specific brand of romance that I can tell. So basically, but the premise of this, it's confusing to explain it in regular terms, so I'm gonna do some shit. Okay, so I can't remember their names. We got this one girl, the librarian, and she's with douche canoe. She's with douchebag. Okay, girl, the main character and douchebag are together, and then there's, ouch, and then there's stoner boy. My cat's scratching my leg. And then there's stoner boy with pretty stoner girl. So basically this dude cheats on this girl. Well, I guess I don't know if it really counts as cheating, but he's like, I need to dump you so I can go out with this one, even though that's the girl he told her she didn't need to worry about. And so they trade. And so now and so they trade, okay? And so now a hot stoner girl is with douchebag, which they deserve each other, honestly. And then this girl, the main character, gets with stoner boy. And so basically they traded. And that's the premise. That's why it's a funny story. Yeah. Except they waited to blow it up until they were about to get married. And then she had moved in with him in a house. They were gonna get married. They were engaged. And all of this went down like after his bachelor party. Then he's like, oh, by the way, I think I'm actually in love with my best friend, who's the hot stoner girl. And so then he ditches her, and he basically kicks her out of the house, and then it's like that. And so she ends up living with the other dude because he doesn't have a roommate anymore because his girlfriend's leaving to go over there. So they just like swap living situations. It's like that Swapping Wives show, except nobody's actually married, which is for the best because these people do not need to be married. Nope. At least not the douchebag guy and the hot stoner girl. Nope. They don't know loyalty. If it smacked them in the face, they don't got it. So anyways, it was entertaining though. I was entertained. And so I gave it 4 stars. Yeah. And there you go. So that's everything that I read in September. Let me know if you've read any of these and which books you're excited to read in the next few months. Bye.